Hi, this is Naeem Subhani. We will be talking about risk management and the enterprise risk management. Risk management is not a new concept. The organization have been using this concept for years, maybe decades. We'll talk about later. The enterprise risk management actually is a new concept, and it is actually helping the organizations to be less risk prone, to minimize the risk, to mitigate the risks, to make more profits, and to grow and then achieve their strategic objectives. So through this presentation, we will try to convince the organizations to adopt the enterprise risk management, which is good for their for the organizations and achieve the benefits. Um, my name is Naeem Subhani. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Safety Consult, which is a consultancy firm. I have a background. I'm a certified safety professional from US board. I have a technical background. I have worked in oil industry and construction industry, worked for multinationals around the world in different countries, and I have a lot of experiences which I can share with the people, with the organizations. And my last assignment was with Kuwait Petroleum, where the ERM was practiced, and I have a good command on an ERM. So. With this background and with this experiences, I believe that I can help the organizations to get benefit of ERM. We will be talking about the significance of this subject. The corporate world and even the NGOs and the private organization and the public organization, every organization is risk focused and risk sensitive, and they try to mitigate the risk wherever they can. But if we talk of risk management is in isolation. When we talk of ERM really is a concept which actually is a management function, and it involves whole management to bring the maximum information so that a consolidated pictures can be drawn, and the management can get benefit of it, and better decision can be made. If we define the enterprise risk management, actually it's risk as well as opportunity. Risk is the negative side of this subject, and opportunity is the positive side of this subject. In conventional or traditional risk management, people used to talk about the risk only. But in ERM, we talk of the opportunities which the organizations can benefit from. It's not only risk that can impact, it's the opportunity also which is waiting for the organization to get some gains for the organization. And eventually it helps the organization to achieve the strategic objectives. If we talk of COSO is actually Committee of Sponsoring Organization that was formed in year 2004. They actually started working on risk management. Initially, it was only risk management, but they were focused on the management and to achieve the strategic objective. They were focusing on the top management. So they actually asked that the senior people, the board of directors, should be involved in the whole this process. So that was the start. Then, if we talk of the ERM history, the risk management actually started decades back, and we can trace back in 1940s and 50s. So this is not a new concept. The risk management has been practiced for years and years, and people know how to go about it. And even the non-profit organizations are also benefiting from risk management. Then the concept of ERM emerged in mid 90s, which was actually a shift change from simple risk management to a bigger picture, which was the organizational risk management. So it was an integrated approach where the whole management was involved. The risk management used to be in isolation in different departments or mostly focused on safety. But the ERM had given a concept which was focused on the main, the top management of the organization, even the board. The COSO actually started their project in 2001, and they tried to develop a framework for the business risk management. So the concept was to develop a framework how to practice this, and with the help of that work, a law was enacted in USA in 2002. Then the COSO actually kept on working on this subject, and they were able to publish the Enterprise Risk Management Integrated Framework, which actually helped the organizations to adopt this comprehensive concept and the holistic approach. Then came the ISO 31000 standard, which was ISO standard. Initially, it was risk management standard in 2009, but with the help of with the input from COSO and other organizations and other practitioners, the ISO 31000 became a ERM standard in 2018. So this is the historic review of the whole concept, that it started from the risk management and reached up to the ISO 31000 standard, which is actually the ERM standard. So the organizations should adopt the ISO 31000 standard, and they will definitely be able to qualify for the standard if they adopt the ERM, which is available. There are different models available. There are different organizations which are practicing ERM. So, and there is a question, why are we talking about the ERM? ERM actually helps the organization. It's a systematic and integrated approach for the management for total risk. Actually, it's the risk management from the top management perspective. So the company has a lot of risks, but usually the departments are dealing with them separately, independently. But the ERM concept is a consolidated approach, integrated approach, where all the departments working together and they consolidate the risk and they look at the overall picture. So actually this is required for the sustainability of the organization as well as resilience of the organization in case of crisis. If there is something that happens all of a sudden, it doesn't work in the best interest of the organization. So it actually helps the organization to be resilient. Then there is a comparison between ERM and ISO 31000 standard, which actually tells us that these are management models and management standards, and they actually help the organization to adopt best practices. Definitely it all works in the favor of the organization, in the benefit of the organization. So this model actually is understandable. It's a simple management model which asks the management to be part of this whole exercise and whole process. There's a difference between COSO, ERM and ISO 31000 standard. The difference is that COSO talks about the reactive approach, the 31000 standard talks about the proactive approach. As I said, that risk and opportunities are actually addressed. So the ISO 31000 standard actually asks about the opportunities as well. It involves the management. So the ERM is actually a management function, not in isolation. So this way it becomes very positive and very helping for the organization to achieve their objective, to increase their profitability, to reduce their risks and address those risks whenever they hit the organization. There is a quick difference between traditional risk management and the enterprise risk management. So because in traditional risk management, the organization do not take risk. They are risk averse actually. In ERM, the organization takes calculated risk and they are risk takers actually. So if we talk of insurance, the traditional risk management, yes, that is insurable, but ERM is not insurable because we are taking more risk and the insurance companies will not take that risk onto them. So the traditional risk management is a reactive approach and the ERM is a proactive approach. In traditional risk management, the departments are involved. In ERM, the whole management is involved because it's a management function. It's a management system actually. So this way we understand that the ERM actually helps the organization in the bigger picture, and they can make good decisions, and the top management is actually involved in decision making that helps the organization to achieve. There are different models of ERM, but basically these models help the organization to understand that how to identify the risks, how to mitigate them, how to address them. Risks can be there could be a strategy that how to address those risks. These can be avoided, these can be mitigated, these can be shared, like in joint ventures, like with the insurance companies, like outsourcing, and at some stage these are accepted. The risks are accepted, which we'll talk later, which is risk appetite. Every organization has a risk appetite, and these risks are accepted and taken, and then the organizations can very confidently move taking those calculated risks. This is also a model which actually answers many questions, that why we are talking about this subject. What's the risk appetite? Risk appetite is actually how much risk the organization is willing to take. So that is also help that how to respond a risk. So respond means that a risk appetite has to be defined by the organization so that they can easily go up to that stage and they can respond. So it's actually this model, and this whole study helps the organization to integrate the bigger picture and make good decisions at the highest level. There could be many risks which the organizations are exposed to. These could be regulatory risks, the compliance one, the political risk, the external risks sometimes, the strategic risks also, the business risks, the financial risks, the operational risks, security, IT. There could be many other risks which can, even the pandemic which has hit now the whole world. This risk was never identified that this can hit the organizations to that extent. So this has been added as another risk in this scenario. So there could be many risks which are actually consolidated, and the management is actually help get the bigger picture or the clear picture about the risks, and they can make good decisions for in the best interests of the organization. There could be some diversification also that is happening in oil and gas industry with the passage of time, because there are alternate energy sources available now. So the organizations which were in oil industry, they are diversifying. For example, Shell has been now transformed into Shell Energy. Other organizations also transforming, and they are investing in alternate or renewable energy also. So this diversification is also minimizing the risk in the oil and gas industry, and it is equally applicable on other industry also, that how to go about it. Key issues faced by the company, you can understand that the risk management is a very common thing, but the maturity level, we are looking for the maturity level, because when we look at the successful organization, they claim that with the maturity of risk management, with the maturity of ERM, they have gained a lot of things, and they have increased their profitability, they have reduced their risk, they have identified and reduced their mitigated their risk, so and they were able to achieve their strategic objectives. The risk softwares are available. There are risk ERM models available, softwares available. You can adopt, or even you can tailor-made ask somebody to develop for you. So it's all your need, your appetite. Risk culture and training. The culture has to be developed where every manager or every team member thinks about the risks and add value to develop a risk register. So the risk culture has to be cultivated and developed, and then the training sessions, training for the organization, for the management, for the teams, because they must be convinced that how it helps them and how to practice ARM. So then the resources and budget, definitely if you're adopting something new, you have to allocate resources. The human capital may be hired. You have to invest in hiring some experts to come and teach your people. The budget is also important, because without budget, without resources, you cannot make any change in your system. Then definitely it will be a high visibility for the management, that the top management will be looking at the bigger picture of the risk, and definitely they will be able to make good decisions. So then is the risk appetite, we will define that. What is your risk appetite? What is the risk appetite for any organization? Different organizations have different appetite. The organization, the rich organization can take bold decisions, big decisions, but small organizations cannot keep their risk appetite high. So they have to take decisions which are less expensive. Then the targets and goals, we can talk about the proactive mechanism to identify risks, which actually is possible in ERM, because we look at the consolidated picture, the holistic approach, and we look at the opportunities as well. That's why it is positive also. So we actually connect the business strategy to the risks. So that's why we can make good decisions in the company, and we can achieve the business objectives, and we can address the risk events. Uh, executives and management also, we have the small tips that they can understand the risks better. When we look at the dashboard of the risk of the ERM, or the risk management, it's a one page or a pictorial of the whole situation of the company, where the whole risks are displayed on a single page, so they can look at the risks and they can understand the risks better for deciding in the interest of the company. Then they can respond effectively whenever there is a risk. They can respond. Definitely, they have checks and balances, because when they address the risk, they have to be balanced, or take the mitigative measures also. And then definitely the final decisions are made in the best interest of the organization. Look at the benefits to the organization, which is actually most important slide of this presentation. The risk focused culture, where every team member is risk conscious, and he will add value to bring the whole risks for the organization that can impact the profitability and operability of the organization. Then definitely there is a confidence level that is achieved due to awareness. So the confidence will be more of the board members and the decision makers to achieve the strategic objectives. So with the bigger picture of the risks, they can be confidently decide. Compliance assurance is another achievement for this. You will not be surprised. Efficiency and effectiveness will be achieved. Your operations will be efficient and effective without compromising on risks, and the operational cost will be less. The insurance premium will be less for the organization. There will be improved supply chain also. Then effective decision making through board involvement, because now the board will be having the risk management committee, so they will be deciding effectively, and their decisions will be very positive for the organization to achieve their objectives. There will be a resilience in the organization, because there will be a collective wisdom. When whole management is involved in this process, the risk management process, there will be a collective wisdom, as well as it will be the organization will be more resilient with this. And the management of the risks within the risk appetite, the organization should decide what should be the risk appetite for them. Then they can make good decisions. Definitely, there is assurance which actually helps the organization to achieve the entity objectives. They can predict and they can achieve their objectives at the end of the year. Risk culture is developed throughout the organization, because everybody is risk conscious, so the whole organization will be risk focused, and the culture will be developed where everybody is contributing for the organization. The last thing, not the least, is the raised organization image. For the corporate sector, the image of the organization is very important. So the ultimate benefit of the ERM is the raised organization image. When you talk of the risk management, when you talk of the ERM, because ERM is being practiced by the top organization, top 500 Fortune companies, even the oil industry, top names you can name. So when you go to their annual reports, their websites, you will find them that they are practicing ERM and they are benefiting from that. So that's a message that if you want to succeed, you want to develop, you can adopt this ERM very easily in steps. So this way you can achieve something which is not possible otherwise. How can we assist? Yes, we can help you in giving awareness session to the organization for the top management and wherever required. We can assist in developing the ERM policy and manual, which is important for the system, because you have to develop a management system, starting with the policy and manual. We can define the roles and responsibilities of the ERM in accordance with ISO 31000 standard, which is important for the ERM management system. Then development of risk register, consolidated risk register, where all the stakeholders, all the parties will be sitting together and they are adding value to develop a risk register. So we will facilitate to develop the risk register. Then we can define the risk appetite, sitting with the management, the risk response, how will be the risk and how will be the risk tolerance. So these terms can be defined, and we can agree with the management that what should be the risk appetite and how to go about it. Then we can define or develop a risk impact scale, which is actually in terms of in monetary terms, maybe in US dollars, maybe in whichever currencies. So that scale can be defined, and on that scale there will be a matrix which is called heat scale, so heat map. So that map can be used to identify the risk level and how to go about it. Then risk operating committee can be formulated, which comprises of top management and the board also. Then we can develop a risk dashboard, a single pager, which is a pictorial presentation of the whole risk, which helps the top management to decide very quickly that what is the risk level it is and how can they can decide or make decisions, important decisions, investment decision or whatever. Then there is a phase of ERM implementation involving and engaging different stakeholders. We can assist in that also, because it's a whole program. So starting with the awareness session, developing the system, and then finally helping you to implement the system. And with the implementation of system, the last thing will be to conduct the audit and perform reviews and hold trainings for the whole management. So this way we believe that first thing is to convince you to adopt the ERM, and second phase is to help you to introduce this system into your company, in your organization, and then take a maturity level and get benefit from the system which other companies are benefiting from. So we understand that with this presentation we are available and we can help you to adopt ERM, which is being practiced in isolation mostly in financial sector, but the ERM gives a bigger picture. It involves whole organization, different departments, different managers, different areas. So all they consolidate and they make they work together, and they are helping the organization to make good decisions. With that we end, and we hope that we are available to help you. Just go to safetyconsult.com and you will find our website where all the contacts are available. My contact is available, so hope to meet you and hope to talk to you, and hopefully we can work together and add value to your organization. Thank you very much.